I'm Jim Jubeck, and welcome to this week's Hot Button Moves Now. This week's Hot Button Move is by Madrigal Pharmaceuticals. The ticker on that is MDGL. The reason for this is that I like biotechs that have done something really, really hard before anyone else has been able to do it, because the hard part means that it's going to take a while for other competitors to get a drug to the market. Anyway, Madrigal yesterday got FDA approval, US Food and Drug Administration approval for really the first drug to treat what used to be called NASH and is now called MASH. And what you need to know is that it's a disease that produces fatty deposits in the liver. Used to be called NASH, called non-alcoholic syndrome. Change that to take away some of the, it's not related to cirrhosis, it's a disease, so they put MASH instead of NASH to take away some of that stigma. But basically what happens is that if you get the fatty deposits building up, you get scarring in your liver, and at some point you go from 1 to 2 to 3 to stage 4 of scarring, and at stage 4 you need a liver transplant. So obviously you'd like to control it somewhere in between there, because you don't want to wind up having to have a liver transplant. So they got approval for the first MASH drug. And it's interesting because the space has been littered with companies that have tried to do this and have failed. Either the trials have failed, or they couldn't get FDA approval. And basically there are a couple of real big hurdles here. One is that you have to show efficacy. You have to show that indeed your drug has slowed or ended the progression from stage 2 to stage 3, and ideally would take it back a stage. And Madrigal's drug has done this. Second thing is that you really like to have a clean label. You don't want to have indications that say, hey, you can't do this unless you've had a liver biopsy. And the FDA has basically said, hey, there are non-invasive tests that would allow you to qualify for using this medication, and you do not need a liver biopsy. Liver biopsy was a huge hurdle for many patients. It's not an easy process and not an insignificant one. So the fact that you don't require a liver biopsy is another big thing. And third is that there's no, sometimes you get a label with black boxes that are the indications of warning, do not take this because it's likely to kill you, as potential part of taking the drug. No black boxes on the label, so a clean label, no need for liver biopsy, as well as good efficacy. This is forecast to be about a $5 billion a year market. It looks like Madrigal will be able to start actually selling this in April. It's going to take a while for the momentum to build, because you got to get insurers online, and you got to get physicians online. So the drug's going to take a while to build, but I think it will build. The good folks at BioInvest, who do the medical technology stock letter, have said, hey, they would buy this below $300. It's trading at $248 or so today, with an 8% pop on the news. They would buy it up to $300, and their target price is $400. I like the kind of analysis they do. If you don't subscribe to that newsletter and you're interested in biotech, you should. It's really, really first rate. Anyway, so Madrigal Pharmaceuticals, buy below $300, target price $400, on the good news from the FDA about their MASH drug. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you get notification when we do our next one, and it's free to subscribe. No cost, no dollars, nothing. If you like free stuff in general, and who doesn't, you can subscribe to my free gbackpicks.com newsletter, 3 portfolios, 12 to 18 month, 5-year, and dividends. Just sign up, and then you get alerts, basically tell you what's been posted. We're doing about 1-2 posts a day, and that goes straight to your email box. If you want 6 portfolios, which includes some ETFs and options and volatility, and even longer term bets, 5 years or more, you can subscribe to my jubeckam.com newsletter. You'll find links to all those down below. As well, down below, you'll find a link to my Substack, free, called We Moved to Italy, which follows the adventures of my wife and myself as we moved to Italy. Right now, we're in Venice, so right now we're doing Venice content. For the summer, we're moving to Sicily, so we'll have lots of beaches and great Sicilian food stories. So if you want to follow our adventures, please find the link down below. And again, that's also free. Thanks for watching. Today's hot button move now was by Madrigal Pharmaceuticals.